divided between her intricate pattern and an open letter in her other hand. Mays masterfully captures her determined expression and the delicate interplay of light and shadow, creating a mood of quiet introspection. The muted, earth-toned background enhances the stark contrast of the pristine white lace, symbolizing the contrast between the woman's mundane, everyday task and her inner world of thoughts and emotions. This masterpiece beautifully represents the dignity and inner strength of the working class, who often went unnoticed in Dutch society. The meticulous attention to detail and lifelike portrayal of the subject render the lace maker an enduring representation of the human spirit in everyday life. Michiel Jans. Van Meervelt's portrait of Jacob van Dalen, known as Valensis, is a striking example of Dutch aristocratic portraiture from the early 17th century. Van Dalen was a wealthy and influential statesman and diplomat from the region of Overijssel in the Netherlands. In this painting, Van Meervelt captures Van Dalen's noble character and status through his masterful use of color, composition, and detail. The sitter is depicted in three-quarters view, dressed in the latest fashion, with a fur-lined robe and an elegantly draped white linen shirt. His serious expression and piercing gaze convey a sense of intelligence and power. The artist's precise rendering of the textured fabrics, intricately detailed collar, and finely painted hands further emphasize Van Dalen's wealth and status. The background landscape, depicted in a soft, monochromatic palette, provides a striking contrast to the portrait's vibrant colors, drawing the viewer's focus to the sitter. Overall, Van Meervelt's portrait of Jacob van Dalen offers a rich insight into the culture and social hierarchy of the Dutch Golden Age, while beautifully capturing the essence of its subject. Lucas Cranach the Elder's Samson and Delilah is a captivating masterpiece that beautifully reflects the drama and emotion of this biblical story. This painting, created around 1530, masterfully depicts the moment of treachery and betrayal between Samson, the strong and legendary Israelite hero, and Delilah, the cunning Philistine woman. With Samson deeply sleeping, his long hair, the source of his supernatural strength, is in Delilah's hands. The temptress relishes in her power as she prepares to betray her lover to her Philistine rulers. Cranach expertly utilizes contrasting emotions and lighting to intensify the scene's dramatic tension. A radiant light illuminates Delilah, displaying her malicious intent, while the background casts Samson in darkness, symbolizing his momentary vulnerability and unawareness. With detail-rich brushstrokes, Cranach brings the tale's characters to life, immersing us in their deception and intrigue. This powerful and evocative artwork is a timeless testament to the human capacity for both love and deceit. Giovanni Bellini's Madonna and Child, painted between 1485 and 1490, is a beautiful example of the Venetian master's skill in capturing the tender relationship between the Virgin Mary and her infant son, Jesus. The painting shows Mary gazing at her son with a rare intensity that suggests a deep emotional bond. Her gaze is intensified by the delicate draping of her veil and folded robe, which draws the viewer's attention to her face. The child Jesus reaches up to touch his mother's cheek with an expression of curiosity and affection. Bellini's masterful use of light and color enhances the emotional impact of the scene. The warm, golden hues used in the background and the soft, translucent shades of Mary's robes contrast beautifully with the cool, muted tones of her skin, creating a sense of depth and three-dimensionality. Overall, Bellini's Madonna and Child is a breathtaking work of art that captures the tenderness, intimacy, and beauty of the mother-child relationship. Gula Bensur's Project for a Room for King Ludwig II of Bavaria is an intriguing work of art that reflects the artistic vision and cultural exchange between Hungary and Germany during the 19th century. The room design was created for the opulent Herrenhausen Palace in Hanover, Germany, intended as a tribute to the enigmatic King Ludwig II. The concept incorporated a range of cultural influences, including Gothic and Oriental motifs, which reflected the king's fascination with these style traditions. Bencher's elaborate design showcased a harmony between the natural world and the supernatural, as represented through various elements such as stained glass, frescoes, and intricately carved wooden details. The artist took inspiration from the legends and folk tales that surrounded King Ludwig II, particularly his connection to the fairy tale kingdom of Swan Lake. This symbiosis of the realms of art, history, and mythology is highlighted throughout the room, making it a remarkable testament to Bencher's artistic sensibilities and the cultural moment in which it was created. Despite the project never being realized, it remains an extraordinary example of the talent and ambition of this significant figure in Hungarian art history. Giovanni Battista Tiepolo's allegorical figure representing Prudence is a captivating artwork that embodies the Baroque spirit with its intricate composition and vibrant colors. Prudence, personified as an elegant woman, is depicted looking down at a chest filled with serpents, symbolizing the dangers and challenges of life. The woman's hand gently covers her eye, representing self-reflection and careful consideration before taking action. Her other hand clutches a mirror, reflecting her introspective gaze. Rays of light emanate from her lantern, illuminating the shadowy, chaotic scene below. Tiepolo skillfully employs chiaroscuro, creating a dynamic contrast between light and dark. The painting's exaggerated perspective heightens the drama and complexity, inviting viewers to ponder the wisdom of prudence. This visually stunning and thought-provoking masterpiece showcases Tiepolo's extraordinary artistic abilities and his ability to transform a simple allegory into a complex and engaging narrative. Jean-Baptiste Gros's painting, Princess Varvara Nikolaevna Gagarina, is a captivating portrait of a young Russian aristocrat, painted in 1764. The artwork reveals the artist's exceptional skill in capturing the essence of his subject's personality. Varvara sleeps peacefully, her delicate features framed by a luxurious fur-lined shawl. Her red dress, adorned with intricate gold embroidery, adds a regal touch. Gros masterfully employs chiaroscuro, with the dark folds of her shawl subtly contrasting the light of her face, creating a sense of depth and dimension. The artist's use of soft, naturalistic lighting further enhances the realistic and intimate portrayal. The painting is a testament to Gros's virtuosic ability to evoke emotion and convey the essence of his subject in a single, exquisitely painted image. Albert Bootz's The Man of Sorrows is a profoundly moving and emotive painting that showcases the artist's mastery of portraying human emotion and spiritual depth. The central figure is Christ, depicted as the Man of Sorrows, with his head bowed and lips pressed against the palm of his hand in a gesture of deep sorrow. His eyes are closed and his body is slumped, evoking a sense of weariness and despair. The setting is simple, with a Gothic architectural background providing a sense of solitude and contemplation. The use of light and shadow is expertly executed, adding a sense of drama and mystery to the scene. The intricate details in Christ's robes and the textures of the fabric create a visual feast for the eyes, pointing to Boutz's meticulous attention to detail. The overall effect of the painting is one of intense emotion and spiritual introspection, inviting the viewer to reflect on the sufferings of Christ and the human condition. Giovanni Paolo Panini's Ancient Rome is a masterful 18th century painting that transports viewers to the heart of ancient Rome through a meticulously composed and intricately detailed tableau. Panini, an Italian painter, ingeniously used his artistic skills to create a panoramic view of the ancient city as it might have appeared during the classical era. The painting's primary focus is not on historical accuracy or archaeological detail, but rather on the artistic depiction of Rome as a living, breathing entity. As our gaze slowly traverses the painting, we find ourselves taking in the stunning architectural marvels of the Colosseum, Forum, Pantheon, and the Piazza Navona. Each structure is seamlessly integrated into the broader landscape, with beautiful gardens, bustling streets, and efficient populace adding to the lively scene. Panini's artistic interpretation of ancient Rome brilliantly captures the grandeur of the city and breathes new life into its timeless history. His sensitivity to the harmony and light of the Roman landscape is ingeniously evoked in minute architectural details, skillfully balanced compositions, and warm, rich color palette. As a result, ancient Rome has become an enduring symbol of the city's enduring legacy and the extraordinary artistic vision of Giovanni Paolo Panini. John Bruegel the Elder's landscape with travelers on a woodland path is a visual feast of the Baroque era. The meticulously detailed painting invites us to explore a serene woodland landscape where travelers make their way through the forest, their progression framed by a clearing sky above. Bruegel masterfully balances the tranquility of nature with the vibrancy of human life. The travelers, dressed in rich clothing, engage in various activities. Farmers plow the land, fishermen cast nets, and a couple shares an intimate moment of affection. The forest itself is a deliberate showcase of vibrant colors and textures, from the lush greenery of the trees, the shimmering water in the streams, to the intricate patterns of the flowers. Bruegel's painstaking attention to detail blends seamlessly with his stunning depiction of Baroque beauty, making Landscape with Travelers on a Woodland Path an enduring masterpiece of the European artistic tradition. The Lace Maker by Nicholas Meijs is a captivating Dutch Baroque painting depicting a young woman intently focused on her lace making. The painting exudes a sense of intimacy and tranquility, as the woman seems to be lost in her work, her face illuminated by the soft, warm light filtering in through the window. Meijs masterfully employed chiaroscuro, contrasting the brightness of the interior with the darkness outside, and the woman's meticulously rendered red dress with the exquisite details in the lace, creating a visual feast. This artwork can be interpreted as a commentary on the dedication and craftsmanship required for domestic arts, demonstrating both the beauty and the labor involved in such tasks. The Lace Maker invites viewers to pause and appreciate the artistry in the mundane, making it a compelling work of art. Ignacio de Leon Escosura's painting Auction Sale in Clinton Hall, New York, 1876, is a captivating depiction of the hustle and bustle of an auction house during the Gilded Age in America. The scene is filled with intense activity as buyers eagerly compete for prized possessions, while sellers oversee the bidding process with calculated composure. The artist masterfully captures the atmosphere of excitement and anticipation in the room, using dynamic brushstrokes and rich colors. The diverse crowd, from well-dressed aristocrats to working-class individuals, adds depth to the scene, reflecting the social fabric of the time. The painting is a fascinating snapshot of the era's material culture, providing valuable insights into the values, habits, and social dynamics of 19th century New York society. Gustav Klimt's Meta Primavera, also known as Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer I, painted between 1903 and 1907, is a fascinating representation of the artist's unique brand of Art Nouveau and symbolism. The painting depicts Adele Bloch-Bauer, a wealthy Viennese patron, adorned in a flowing gold robe that seems to ripple and shimmer with life. Yet beneath the surface, the image is far from mere decoration. Klimt's intricate gold leaf patterns represent spiritual and sensual energy, reflecting the belief in the unity of art and nature common in the Art Nouveau movement. The portrait is an exploration of the interior life of its subject, with her melancholic expression hinting at the complex emotions of the sitter. Additionally, the portrait's highly stylized and meticulously executed details convey the artist's masterful skill and his dedication to the pursuit of beauty and transcendence. This artwork is a shining example of Gustav Klimt's distinctive style and his deep engagement with the spiritual and sensual themes of the fin de siècle era. Emanuel de Witte's interior of the Oude Kerk Delft is a captivating 17th century Dutch painting that evokes a sense of tranquility and spirituality. The artist masterfully depicts the dimly lit interior of Delft's oldest church, the Oude Kerk, using chiaroscuro techniques to create an ethereal atmosphere. Light streams in from the windows, casting soft shadows on the worn stone floor and aged pews. De Witte's meticulous attention to detail reveals the texture of the church's centuries-old woodwork and intricate ornate features. His use of realistic perspective and unusual composition, placing the viewer at the entrance rather than in the congregation, invites introspection and reflection. The artwork provides a visual window into Delft's past, offering a glimpse into the daily lives and devotional practices of its historical inhabitants. Peter Fay's Flowers in a Stone Vase is a breathtaking still life painting that embodies the beauty and fragility of nature. The artist's masterfully arrangement rigorously observed and delicately rendered flowers in a weathered, ancient stone vase. Fay's meticulously portrays the textures and forms of each blossom, exuding the unique character of each flower. The artist's signature use of soft, muted colors and the warm, nurturing light emanating from an unseen source enhances the lustrous and vibrant hues of the blooms, creating a breathtaking contrast. This intimately scaled, yet grand composition invites the viewer to connect with the simple pleasure of observed beauty, encouraging reflection and contemplation. Jean-Siméon Chardin's The Silver Tureen is an exquisite example of French still life painting from the 18th century. It invites us into a humble yet elegant domestic scene, where a mother and her child pause by the fireplace, their gazes locked on the magnificent silver tureen at the table. The textures of the worn wooden table, the thick white fabric, and the iridescent sheen of the silver tureen are rendered with meticulous detail and a profound sense of realism. Chardin masterfully employs chiaroscuro, the interplay of light and shadow, to create depth and volume in the pause-filled room. The warm, inviting scene is a poignant celebration of family, hearth, and industry, elements of 18th century life. Siméon Chardin's The Silver Tureen is a timeless and evocative exploration of the power of the humble domestic tableau. Gainsborough's portrait of Anne Elizabeth Cholmondeley, later Lady Mulgrave, 1769 to 1788, showcases the artist's exquisite skill in capturing the essence of youth and beauty. Anne is depicted at the age of 9, her expressive blue eyes engaging the viewer with an inquisitive and intelligent gaze. Her delicate features are softly rendered, and her rosy cheeks add a touch of vitality. The background is composed of lush greenery, with sunbeams filtering through the leaves, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. Gainsborough expertly balances the formal elements of the portrait with a sense of playfulness and liveliness, reflecting the unbridled joy and innocence of childhood. The Auctioneer, or Old Man with a Gold Chain, is a hauntingly poignant portrait painted by the Dutch master Rembrandt van Rijn in 1638. The painting depicts an elderly man with furrowed brows, sunken eyes, and deeply creased skin. His expression is one of deep concentration, possibly reflecting the intense focus required of an auctioneer. Yet there's a sense of vulnerability, even melancholy, in the man's downcast gaze. The striking use of light and shadow, reminiscent of Rembrandt's famous chiaroscuro technique, enhances the man's age and the atmosphere of quiet intensity. The intricate folds of his coat and the glint of gold in his chain add physical texture and visual appeal, but they also speak to the man's material wealth, further accentuating the contrast between his exterior prosperity and inner weakness. Overall, The Auctioneer is a profound exploration of the human condition, the inexorable passage of time, the complexities of the soul, and the contrast between appearance and reality. George Romney's portrait of a woman believed to be Emily Bertie Pott is a captivating work of art that showcases the artist's exceptional skill in conveying the depth of human emotion through painting. Romney masterfully depicts a woman in the prime of her life, her expressive eyes hinting at a complex and introspective character. The intricate rendering of her delicate features, from the rosy cheeks to the delicately painted freckles, speaks to Romney's unparalleled ability to capture the subtle nuances of the human form. Emily Bertie Pott is portrayed in a fashionable yet understated gown, accessorized with a simple white ribbon in her hair. The background, with its muted, dreamy colors, provides the perfect counterpoint to the vibrant, vividly rendered subject. Romney's brushwork is expertly hidden beneath a smooth, velvety surface, creating an overall effect that is both intriguing and enchanting. The portrait of Emily Bertie Pott is a moving testament to Romney's amazing artistic skill, his keen insight into the human condition, and his unerring ability to capture the essence of his subjects. It stands as a timeless masterpiece, inviting viewers to explore the intricacies of this woman's life and to discover the secrets hidden within her soul. Rembrandt's self-portrait, painted when he was around 23 years old, is a captivating glimpse into the emotionally expressive world of the Dutch master. Depicting himself with intense gaze and a furrowed forehead, Rembrandt conveys an air of deep introspection and profound sensitivity. His lean, angular face with a hint of stubble is framed against a dark background, drawing focus to the play of light on his sculptural features. This work reveals a young artist already adept at conveying the complexities of human emotion, setting the stage for his later masterpieces. The painting also showcases Rembrandt's exceptional skill with chiaroscuro, masterfully using contrasts of light and shadow to create depth and volume. The Madonna and Child with Saints Jerome and Francis is a captivating masterpiece by the Italian Umbrian painter Perugino, created around 1481 to 1482. This visual theology teaches devotion and harmony through its intricate composition. The Madonna, seated, cradles the Christ child on her lap, symbolizing the divine motherhood. Aged Saint Jerome, with his distinctive lion and his study scroll, represents a scholar deeply engrossed in God's Word. Saint Francis, in humility, sits at the feet of the Madonna and engages with the infant Christ. Symbolizing the spiritual connection between Christ and Francis, Perugino's delicate, lifelike figures are integrated into an architectural setting, the grandiose loggia, lending space and depth to the painting. The Madonna's serene expression and the gentle interaction between her and the saints convey a sense of tranquility and divine grace. The harmony between the domestic scene and the spiritual contemplation of the saints reflects the influence of Dominican and Franciscan spirituality in Italy during the late 15th century. Title: Woman with a Pearl Necklace, also known as Woman with a Pink or Portrait of Catalina van Hemessen. This captivating work by Rembrandt van Rijn, painted around 1632, is a remarkable depiction of a woman engrossed in her own thoughts. The subject is believed to be Catalina van Hemessen, a Flemish painter, lending an intriguing layer of artistic connection. Her eyes are cast down, her lips slightly parted, and her expression is introspective, inviting the viewer into a moment of quiet contemplation. The velvety pink fabric draped over her upper arm not only adds a striking contrast against her black attire, but also serves as a visual punctuation to the overall mood of the painting. The muted tones, subtle shadows, and Rembrandt's masterful use of chiaroscuro enhance the sense of intimacy and introspection. This artwork is a beautiful testament to Rembrandt's skill in capturing the human spirit and emotions through his art. 12 Heads is a profound and enigmatic artwork created by the Lombard painter Leonardo da Vinci around the year 1512. This masterpiece, consisting of a series of isolated heads, is a testament to Leonardo's insatiable curiosity and dedication to studying the human form in unparalleled detail. Each head is rendered with extraordinary realism, expressing a rich array of emotions and character. Some heads radiate serenity, while others exude anger or melancholy. The vast range of expressions and unique textures suggests that these heads represent a cross-section of humanity, capturing the essence of the human condition in its complexity. The innovative composition, with heads arranged in a circular arrangement, challenges the traditional representation of figures in art, offering a fresh perspective on portraiture. Ultimately, 12 Heads serves as a reminder of Leonardo's genius and his groundbreaking contributions to the world of art. Richard Cosway's portrait of Catherine Hawkins as Mrs. John Puget, painted in 1782, is a captivating representation of Regency-era elegance and refinement. Cosway, a British painter known for his skill in capturing the likeness and spirit of his subjects, expertly portrays Catherine Hawkins in the prime of her beauty and sophistication. Dressed in an intricately embroidered robe and set against the backdrop of a lush green landscape, the subject's enchanting expression conveys an air of serene confidence and allure. Her intricate hairstyle is adorned with delicate pearls and ribbons, enhancing her stately appearance. Cosway's use of vibrant yet subtle colors and meticulous attention to detail in the vivid landscape behind her adds to the portrait's overall sense of opulence and grandeur. This portrait serves as an enduring testament to the beauty and grace of Catherine Hawkins and the privileged world in which she lived. Goya's A City on a Rock is a haunting and enigmatic work that embodies the artist's profound social commentary and surreal imagination. The painting depicts a city perched precariously on a small, barren rock, surrounded by turbulent waters. The buildings appear to be in various states of decay and chaos, as if on the brink of collapse. Some figures can be seen frantically working to hold the city together, while others seem indifferent or even celebrate the destruction. Goya created this masterpiece during a time of political upheaval in Spain, and many interpret the painting as a reflection of the instability and violence that gripped the country during the Peninsular War. The stark contrast between the precariousness of the city and the seemingly indifferent or even celebratory responses of the people may symbolize the human condition's capacity for both despair and resilience in the face of adversity. Overall, A City on a Rock is a powerful and thought-provoking artwork that invites the viewer to reflect on the complexities of human nature and the broader forces that shape society. Joost van Cleef's The Last Judgment is a captivating exploration of the apocalyptic event as described in Christian eschatology. Depicting the moment when the dead are resurrected and judged by Christ, this masterpiece represents the culmination of the divine separation of the virtuous from the sinful. Van Cleef's use of dynamic composition creates a sense of spatial tension, with figures reaching out towards the central figure of Christ, while others shrink away in fear. Angels dispense blessings and punishments, their wings and robes billowing in the ethereal atmosphere above. The contrast between the radiant angels and the tormented souls perfectly encapsulates the dichotomy between good and evil. Each figure's facial expressions, body language, and dress encapsulates their moral stance, making The Last Judgment a visual meditation on the consequences of one's actions in life. Van Cleef's meticulous attention to detail brings paradise and hell to life, creating a startling contrast between hope and despair. Through this artwork, the artist invites the viewer to reflect on the nature of morality and the promise of divine judgment. The monogrammist Lamb's portrait of a man in white is a captivating work of art that embodies the elegance and sophistication of the Renaissance period. The subject of the painting, clad in pristine white attire, gazes intently out at the viewer, his expression conveying a deep sense of introspection and self-assurance. One cannot help but be drawn into his gaze as if engaged in a meaningful conversation. The monogrammist Lamb masterfully employs the use of chiaroscuro, the play of light and shadow, to bring depth and dimension to the portrait. The intricate rendering of the man's white clothing and the subtle shadowing beneath his features create a stark contrast that further highlights his presence. The artist's meticulous brushstrokes and attention to detail serve to bring the figure to life, evoking a sense of timeless beauty and grace. This masterpiece is a testament to the monogrammist Lamb's artistic prowess and his ability to capture the complexities of the human spirit through paint. Edouard Manet's George Moore at the Café is a captivating exploration of modern life and the artistic community in Paris during the mid-19th century. Painted in 1878, the artwork presents George Moore, an Irish painter and a contemporary of Manet, engrossed in thought at a café table. Manet masterfully conveyed Moore's introspective moment, adding an air of intrigue and mystery through Moore's intense gaze and the ambiguous background. This work is considered a defining moment in Manet's career, as it showcased his skillful handling of light and his daring use of rich colors. Manet's loose brushstrokes created an impressionistic effect and conveyed the casual, relaxed atmosphere of the café. The painting embodies the artist's collective exploration of modern life and their desire to challenge traditional artistic norms. George Moore at the Café remains a testament to their shared commitment to capturing the essence of their contemporary world. James Tissot's In Full Sunlight on Plein Soleil is a captivating depiction of leisure and tender affection. A young woman in a flowing white dress and a straw sun hat reclines on a vine-covered bench, her eyes closed in blissful repose. The sun casts a warm golden glow over her, creating an inviting atmosphere of tranquility. To her left, a young man in a bowler hat and waistcoat stands attentively, holding an umbrella to protect her from the sun. Their gentle gazes toward each other convey a mutual understanding and deep connection. The lush greenery surrounding them and the vibrant colors of their clothing and the bench's flowers create a sense of vitality and life, further emphasizing their moment of happiness. In Full Sunlight is a charming exploration of the power of sunlight, nature, and love to bring joy and harmony to our lives. Joachim Vaudeville's The Golden Age is a vibrant and intricate group portrait that encapsulates the spirit of the Dutch Golden Age. Painted in 1566, this work depicts a vivid assembly of Old Testament characters gathered around a table, celebrating the bountiful harvest God had bestowed upon them. Vaudeville's masterful use of color and light brings the scene to life, capturing the richness and abundance of the harvest. The characters' expressions convey a sense of satisfaction and unity. This work reflects the religious and social fabric of the Dutch society during the Golden Age, emphasizing their strong faith, communal spirit, and their appreciation for the blessings of nature. The painting beautifully encapsulates the harmony and prosperity of the time, making it a significant representation of the Dutch Golden Age. Giovanni Domenico Tiepolo's masterpiece, The Sacrifice of Isaac, is a stunning representation of the Old Testament story. The painting depicts Abraham's moment of pause before sacrificing his son Isaac as a demonstration of God's faithfulness. Tiepolo conveys a sense of intense emotion through the distorted perspective, with an angel poised to intervene at the last moment. God appears as a radiant light in the sky, safety net to Isaac, and an assuring presence to Abraham. The complex interplay of figures' gazes ties the narrative together, with Isaac showing unwavering trust, Abraham displaying unquestioning obedience, and the spectating Hagar and Ishmael expressing distress and sympathy. It's a profound exploration of faith, obedience, and the power of divine intervention. Michiel Sweert's Clothing the Naked is a captivating Baroque painting that tells a biblical story with an intimate and poetic tone. The scene depicts the moment when God sends Adam and Eve cloaks made from animal hides after they have sinned and been expelled from the Garden of Eden. Belgium-born Sweerts masterfully conveys the profound emotions and human connection in this moment of vulnerability and redemption. Adam and Eve stand before each other, their gazes filled with deep regret, while an attentive angel brings the cloaks, symbolizing heavenly mercy. The animals in the background, some obediently offering their skins, others recoiling from humans, mirror the biblical narrative's themes of sin, repentance, and God's omnipresence. Sweerts injected the painting with an intriguing emotional intensity. The couple's closed expressions illustrate their internalization of guilt, while their physical proximity and gentle touch imbue the moment with tenderness and hope. This fine balance between pain, forgiveness, and love demonstrates Sweert's profound artistic insight and mastery of storytelling through visual art. Charles Ramon's view of the Colosseum and the Arch of Constantine from the Palatine is a breathtaking canvas that transports viewers to ancient Rome. From his vantage point on the Palatine Hill, Ramond captures the architectural grandeur and historic significance of two iconic structures. The Colosseum, with its expansive amphitheater design and time-worn exterior, stands as a testament to the Roman Empire's power and turning the pages of history. In the foreground, the triumphal Arch of Constantine showcases the imperial sovereign's military victories, encircled by intricate friezes and statues. The painting masterfully combines the elements of history, art, and visual storytelling, making it not only a beautiful work of art, but also an educational experience, a must-see for those seeking a glimpse into the past. Eugène Isabee's A Storm Off the Normandy Coast is a captivating representation of the raw power and unpredictability of nature. Set against the turbulent seascape, the painting depicts a frantic battle between a lone fisherman and the relentless storm. While the fisherman valiantly tries to reel in his net, his boat is battered by waves, threatening to swallow him whole. The artist expertly employs a dramatic use of light and shadow, with bright flashes illuminating the chaotic scene, while the dark shadows emphasize the tempest's ferocity. Isabey masterfully portrays the sheer survival instinct of the man against the elemental forces, generating an overwhelming sense of empathy and awe in the viewer. Johann Christian Dahl's Mother and Child by the Sea is a poignant and evocative work of art that captures the raw emotions and transient beauty of nature. The painting beautifully portrays a mother cradling her child protectively, gazing out to the vast, rolling sea. Her expressions convey a mix of deep love, concern, and awe. The child, with wide-open eyes, seems to be fully immersed in the moment, sensing the wonders of the natural world around them. The sea, depicted with choppy waves and intermittent sunlight, symbolizes the unpredictability and power of nature. It serves as a backdrop to the tender moment between the mother and her child, reminding us of the delicate balance between nature's elements and the human condition. Dahl's masterful use of chiaroscuro and unconventional composition draws the viewer in, creating an intimate and engaging experience. The painting is a testament to the enduring bond between a mother and child, and a tribute to the wonders of nature that shape our experiences. The master of the Brussels calling of St. Matthew's artwork, entitled The Arrival in Bethlehem, is a captivating representation of the biblical story of the Holy Family's journey to Bethlehem. Joseph, Mary, and the infant Jesus are depicted traveling on the backs of a donkey and an ox. The atmosphere is serene, with the landscape gently sloping towards the viewer, drawing them into the scene. The artist brilliantly conveys the spirit of anticipation and tradition as the Holy Family arrives at the entrance of Bethlehem, signified by a city gate and a group of excited townspeople in the background. The gentle illumination from the setting sun, as it casts long, soft shadows on the ground, adds a sense of warmth to the composition. The connection between the Old and New Testaments is beautifully illustrated through the inclusion of an elderly prophet who is shown greeting the Holy Family with admiration and reverence. This meeting illustrates the fulfillment of centuries-old prophecies, the importance of which extends beyond the time and place of the story itself. In summary, the artistic insight of The Arrival in Bethlehem lies in its evocative sense of anticipation and connection, as the Holy Family is depicted entering the sacred city in a peaceful, preordained manner. The Calendar of Saints and Festivals is a remarkable work by the Russian painter Andrei Rublev, created between 1410 and 1425. This iconic masterpiece showcases Rublev's exceptional artistic insight and devotion. Known for his innovative use of color and composition, this work is a series of 16 small icons representing various saints and religious celebrations in the Orthodox Christian calendar. The saints are depicted with reverence and dignity, their faces radiating both inner peace and deep spiritual connection. Fine artistic detail, Rublev manages to convey the unique character and essence of each saint. Each scene is set against a beautifully composed background, evoking a sense of tranquility and reverence. This work is a testament to Rublev's mastery of the icon painting style and serves as a profound meditation on faith, spirituality, and the passage of time. Gustave Courbet's A Brook in a Clearing is an evocative and immersive exploration of nature. The painting captures a babbling brook as it winds its way through a lush green valley. Courbet masterfully depicts the interplay of light and dark, brilliantly illuminating the clear, cool water as it flows over smooth stones, whilst the surrounding foliage is bathed in dappled sunlight. The artist's intention goes beyond a mere representation of the natural scene. With nuanced brushstrokes, Courbet imbues the painting with a sense of tranquility and vitality, evoking the feeling of being present in the landscape. He invites the viewer to appreciate the brook, not just for its physical form, but also for the emotional resonance it elicits. In doing so, A Brook in a Clearing transcends the boundaries of traditional landscape painting, becoming an ode to the natural world and our connection to it. Peter Paul Rubens' masterpiece, Venus and Adonis, tells a mythological tale of love and loss. Each figure embodies the essence of their role in the story. Venus, the goddess of love, is depicted in all her seductive beauty, with air rights flowing ripplingly over her voluptuous form, deriving an air of sensuousness and enticement. Adonis, the mortal beloved, is shown as a robust and virile youth, unwilling to yield to the goddess's advances, symbolizing the folly of mortal resistance to the divine. However, the tension between them is palpable, with Venus's hand gently touching Adonis's shoulder and his gaze averted, highlighting the tragic inevitable outcome. Venus's attendants, including Cupid and various allegorical figures of love, weave around the scene, further emphasizing the themes of love, desire, and ultimately loss. The Chariot of Apollo is a captivating artwork by Odilon Redon, a French painter known for his symbolic and mystical representations. This piece, created around 1875, embodies the artist's fascination with ancient mythology and the power of the sun god, Apollo. The painting depicts a surreal vision of Apollo's chariot drawn by swans or horses with leaping flames as wheels. The celestial figure is shown in his iconic helmet and holding a lyre, radiating an aura of authority and brilliance. Redon utilizes a limited color palette with touches of gold to emphasize the divine presence, creating a dreamlike atmosphere where the celestial realm intertwines with reality. Through this work, Redon invites the viewer to ponder the majesty and mysteries of the mythological world. Auguste Renoir's still life with peaches and grapes is a visual feast of ripe fruits, their enticing textures and luscious colors inviting the viewer into an idyllic world. Renoir masterfully depicted the round, luscious peaches and plump, juicy grapes, each one expertly rendered with a sensuous touch. The artist's brushstrokes are expressive, capturing the delicate play of light and shadow on the plump fruit, and the warmth of the colors seem to radiate from the canvas, evoking the languid, sun-drenched Mediterranean atmosphere of Renoir's dreams. This still life is more than just a representation of inanimate objects. It is a meditation on the sensuality and beauty of nature that delights the senses and nourishes the soul. Giovanni Bellini's Madonna and Child is a quintessential example of the Renaissance master's mature style. The painting depicts the Virgin Mary gently cradling the infant Jesus in her arms, both gazing tenderly at each other. The Madonna's pensive expression and her elegant, diaphanous robe evoke a deep sense of contemplation and serenity. The child Jesus, with his rosy cheeks and chubby limbs, exudes an ambiance of warmth and playfulness. Bellini masterfully plays with light, using it to define the shapes of his figures, particularly the delicate folds of Mary's robes and the intricately woven basket at her feet. The subtle interplay of light and shadow creates a sense of depth and dimensionality, further enriching the painting's overall appeal. This captivating work underscores Bellini's skill in characterizing his subjects with psychological depth and emotional resonance. Pieter Kless's still life with a skull and a writing quill is a poignant and introspective exploration of the transience of life and the inexorable passage of time. The central theme of the painting is the skull, a symbol of mortality, which is positioned prominently among an array of objects, including a quill, an ink pot, a book, and various kitchen utensils. These objects, once associated with the act of writing and the creation of knowledge, now lie still and lifeless, mirroring the ephemeral nature of human existence. The dramatic contrast between light and shadow and the intricately textured surface of the painting add a sense of depth and complexity to the composition. Through the juxtaposition of the skull and the writing implements, Claes invites the viewer to contemplate the fleeting nature of human endeavor and the inevitable triumph of death. Theodore Rousseau's A River Landscape is a breathtaking exploration of nature's tranquility and the passing of time. Set amidst the lush greenery of a forested riverbank, the painting intricately captures the play of sunlight, filtering through the leaves and dappling the water's surface. The gentle flow of the river, marked by thermocasias, or ripples caused by temperature differences, adds a sense of vitality to the scene. Rousseau's mastery of atmospheric perspective creates a profound sense of depth and serenity. The artist skillfully employs a breadth of tonal variations, from the sunlight-kissed bark of trees to the darkest recesses of the forest. These contrasts entwine to frame the ethereal, misty river at the painting's core. This work is not merely a landscape, it is an impression of the ever-shifting yet enduring relationship between nature and its observer. Composed in the mid-19th century, A River Landscape marked a significant departure from the more romanticized landscapes of the period. Employing heightened naturalism and a keen focus on the interplay of light and dark, Rousseau carved out a unique place in the pantheon of Impressionist forerunners. Each brushstroke whispers a message of nature's beauty and impermanence, urging the viewer to pause and ponder the fleeting splendor of each moment. Christ's entry into Jerusalem, painting by Russian artist Andrei Rublev, is a spiritual and emotional exploration of the biblical event. Rublev masterfully captured the moment when Jesus, riding on a donkey, is greeted with palms and shouts of Hosanna by the people of Jerusalem. The artist skillfully used a composition that is both static and dynamic. In the center, Jesus is depicted as calm and serene, while the crowd surrounding him is filled with fervor and joy, creating a vibrant contrast. The colors are muted and earthy, invoking a sense of reverence and holiness. Rublev's use of perspective and interplay between light and shadow adds depth and complexity to the scene. Beyond its historical significance, this painting is a visual testament to the human capacity for devotion and celebration. Hendrik Terbruggen's The Crucifixion with the Virgin and St. John is a poignant and emotional depiction of the crucifixion of Christ. The painting captures the intense moment as Jesus takes his last breath, his body limp and battered, with the Virgin Mary and St. John the Evangelist in mourning at his side. Terbruggen masterfully portrays the raw emotion and despair of the moment, with Mary's anguished face and John's lowered head conveying the depth of their grief. The use of chiaroscuro, or strong contrasts between light and dark, highlights the agony of the scene and adds a sense of drama and intensity. Despite the somber subject matter, there is a sense of quiet reverence and beauty in the painting, making it a powerful and moving work of art. Sir Thomas Lawrence's portrait of Lady Maria Conyngham, died 1843, is a stunning representation of English beauty and elegance during the Regency period. The artist masterfully captured the subtle expressiveness in Lady Coningham's face, with gentle yet knowing looks in her eyes and a relaxed yet poised posture. Her delicate features are accentuated with intricately rendered lace and jewelry. Lawrence cleverly used the lighting to create a sense of intimacy, with her figure slightly veiled in shadow and her face bathed in a soft, ethereal glow. The painting exudes an air of refinement and sophistication, a testament to Lady Coningham's status and the artist's extraordinary skill. Titian's painting, Alfonso d'Este, Duke of Ferrara, is a captivating portrait that exemplifies the artist's mastery of the Venetian school. Painted around 1536, just a few years before Titian's death, this artwork is a testament to the painter's exceptional ability to convey the essence of his subject. Alfonso d'Este is depicted seated against a dark background, dressed in rich robes and adorned with a jeweled necklace and a fur-lined hat. His intense gaze and strong posture project an air of authority and confidence. The Duke's vivid, lifelike eyes are a standout feature, beautifully rendered with exquisite detail that seems to invite spectators to engage in a deep connection with him. This portrait goes beyond mere representation. It's an exploration of the human spirit. The intricate rendering of the Duke's animated expression and the meticulous attention to detail in his attire demonstrate Titian's extraordinary skill and artistic vision. This portrait remains a timeless masterpiece that continues to inspire and captivate art lovers around the world. Francois Boucher's painting Shepherd's Idyll is a visually stunning and poetic exploration of pastoral life, filled with sensuality and enchantment. The scene comprises a shepherd and shepherdess reclining on a lush, verdant blanket under a shady tree. They are bathed in a soft, golden light, evoking a sense of tranquility and romance. The shepherd plays a flute, his melody carried gently by the breeze, as the shepherdess tenderly caresses his chest. Tender gazes and loving glances pass between them, reflecting their deep connection. Flowers and fruits lie nearby, a testament to the natural abundance of their idyllic world. Boucher masterfully merges the elements of nature and human emotion, creating an enchanting tableau that invites the viewer to pause and appreciate the simple joys of life. Luca Signorelli's The Assumption of the Virgin with Saints Michael and Benedict is a painting that embodies the high Renaissance style with its intricate composition and multifaceted narrative. This masterpiece, created around 1512 for the Basilica of San Brizio in Orvieto, Italy, showcases Signorelli's unique interpretation of the Assumption of the Virgin Mary. Mary, dressed in regal attire, lies gracefully atop a cloud surrounded by cherubs and angels. Her soul is depicted as a delicate winged creature climbing up to meet her. Intriguingly, Signorelli also includes Saint Michael, flanking Mary on her left, who holds a fierce expression and points gesturedly toward the divine event. Catalyzing conversation about theological themes like death, resurrection, and sainthood, Saint Michael's representation seems to question the traditional passive role of saints in depictions of such subjects. Painting this complex scene in meticulous detail, Signorelli crafted a visually striking and thought-provoking piece that transcends mere representation and provokes deeper reflection on faith and spirituality. Gustave Courbet's painting, Madame Frédéric Breyer, also known as Fanny Hélène van Breysel, is a striking portrait of a Belgian woman renowned for its realistic style and intriguing subject matter. Painted in 1864, this work represents a departure from the traditional, idealized portraiture of the time. Instead, Courbet meticulously depicted his sitter with unflinching honesty, revealing the natural signs of aging and the subtle details of her facial features. The woman gazes directly at the viewer with an enigmatic expression, while her hands are folded demurely in her lap, exuding an air of quiet sophistication. The painting's naturalistic style emphasizes the sitter's humanity and underlines Courbet's commitment to truthful representation. As a result, Madame Frédéric Breyer stands out as a powerful and innovative work, setting a new standard for modern portrait painting. Dionisio Baixeras y Verdaguer's Boatman of Barcelona is a captivating and evocative painting that showcases the working-class life of Barcelona's port in the late 19th century. The artist masterfully uses light and shadow to convey the raw, gritty reality of the subject's laborious existence, with the sun casting a golden glow on the active waterfront scene. The boatmen, depicted in various stages of rowing their boats, are shown with tired, weathered faces, their expressions hinting at the long hours and hardships endured in their daily toils. The painting encapsulates the spirit of Barcelona's vibrant maritime history, offering a glimpse into the lives of the unsung heroes whose labors fueled the city's growth and prosperity. Theodore Rousseau's Sunset near Arbonne is an evocative expression of the transient beauty of nature. The painting depicts a tranquil sunset over a rural landscape, where the sun's golden rays bathe the rolling hills and peaceful stream in a warm, radiant light. Rousseau's brushwork is deft and expressive, capturing the ephemeral quality of the moment. The sky is filled with an array of vibrant colors, from fiery oranges and reds to cool purples and blues, conveying the sense of impending night. The artist masterfully balances the harmony of the natural scene with the melancholic feeling of the fleeting moment. The viewer is left captivated by the timeless allure of nature reflected in Rousseau's elegant compositions. Anthony van Dyck's self-portrait is a captivating exploration of the artist's confidence and charisma. Painted around 1620 to 1621, this artwork embodies Van Dyck's mastery of the Baroque style, characterized by its dramatic use of light, emotion, and movement. Van Dyck gazes intently at the viewer, his piercing eyes sparkling with intelligence and charm. His exotic, voluminous collar and sensitive, sculpted features contribute to an image of refinement and sophistication. The self-portrait demonstrates Van Dyck's ability to capture the human spirit and portray the sitting subject with depth, making it an exceptional representation of the artist himself. With its dynamic interplay of sight and emotion, the self-portrait invites the audience for an intimate encounter with the artist and his remarkable talent. Cesare Dandini's masterpiece, Charity, is a captivating representation of the virtuous act of giving. The painting depicts a female figure, identified as Charity, tenderly offering food to a destitute, emaciated man. The expression on her face conveys compassion and love, while the man's face radiates gratitude and hope. The background is a vivid and lush garden, symbolizing the abundance of resources that Charity is sharing. The artist skillfully employs chiaroscuro, adding depth and dimension to the work. His use of rich, warm colors heightens the emotional impact of the scene. He is managing to capture the essence of the emotion and the importance of giving, making it a beloved and poignant work of art. Dirk Boot's Portrait of a Man, also known as the Portrait of a Mercer, is a captivating work of art that showcases the Flemish painter's remarkable skill in the depiction of the human psyche. The subject is portrayed in three-quarter view, with his gaze fixed steadily on the viewer. His face, with its expressive features and intense eyes, seems to reveal a deep sense of thought and introspection. The man's clothing, intricately detailed, indicates his occupational status as a merchant or mercer. However, it is the sense of inner life that Boots brings to the painting that sets it apart. The subtle play of light and shadow on the face and the intricate textures of the clothing serve to create a sense of depth and dimensionality that engages the viewer on a profound emotional level. Boots' mastery of psychological portraiture makes the Portrait of a Man a timeless work of art that continues to captivate and inspire. Anthony van Dyck's portrait of Sir Peter Paul Rubens, 1577 to 1640, is a masterful representation of the Flemish artist and his magnetic charisma. Van Dyck skillfully captures Rubens' intense gaze, highlighting his intelligence and authority. The artist's hands are casually posed, holding a quill and a sheet of paper, an allusion to Rubens as an active creator and a prolific artist. The painting reflects the artistic camaraderie between the two masters. Van Dyck, known for his refined portrait style, expertly balances the formal elements with a sense of informality, creating an engaging and dynamic portrait that revels in Rubens' larger-than-life presence. Anthony van Dyck's portrait of Robert Rich, 2nd Earl of Warwick, is a captivating representation of the English nobleman, created during the artist's brief sojourn in England between 1632 and 1633. Van Dyck masterfully reveals Rich's character with intricate detail and subtle symbolism. Rich is depicted wearing a rich brocade suit, a sign of his wealth and status. His penetrating gaze reflects his confidence and power. The artist's virtuosic handling of the brush is evident in the fine rendering of the Earl's textured beard and the refined folds of his clothing. Van Dyck's more intimate and individualized style breaks from the traditional formal portrait, engaging the viewer on a deeper emotional level. This artwork exemplifies Van Dyck's skill in capturing the essence of his subjects, showcasing his influence on the development of English portrait painting in the 17th century. Napoleon Bonaparte, a French military and political leader, is famously depicted in various artworks, but one of the most iconic portraits is attributed to Jacques-Louis David. Painted between 1812 and 1820, the artwork conveys the aura of power and charisma that Napoleon exuded. David masterfully captures the intensity and determination in Napoleon's eyes, reflecting his ambitious, focused nature. The artist's clever use of drapery creates a sense of drama and grandeur, while the stark contrast between light and shadow emphasizes the depth and texture of the painting. The portrait embodies the complexity and mythology surrounding Napoleon Bonaparte, symbolizing his rise to power and eventual fall from grace. This artwork, studded with historical intrigue and artistic mastery, stands as a testament to Napoleon's remarkable legacy.